Good afternoon. This is Satelo DeVoe from ASAR Global Spheres Apostolic Equipping Center. I'm here to you. We're going to pick up on the numbers that we've been doing, the 111s, 333s, 222s, and so forth. Today, we're going to be picking up on the power of the threes. So we're talking about 333, 333, 3,333. Now, the zeros are insignificant. They really don't matter. But today, we're going to be talking about the power of the threes, the power to actualize potential. And this is part one of that. So embedded in the threes, as I said, the number 3, 33, 333, 3,033. That's as far as I'm going to expand it out. So 3 is all about communication. The vibration and frequency of 3 is about communication, creativity, optimism, and good fortune, self-confidence, tapping into your talents and your gift. It's about moving into your self-expression so that you're being your authentic self. Okay? The energetic center, where is the energy of the threes found in your body? It's in your solar plexus, that energy center that's right there in your stomach. Okay? And it's about your personal power. It's about wisdom, and your understanding that gives you the capacity, because they're elevated from a higher consciousness, to turn those ideas into actions or actionable steps that can bring fulfillment into your life. And let me say this. We're at a stage in our existence where it's very important for you to own your personal power and expression. Do not give that away to anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be your mother, your father, brothers or sisters, your spouse, your significant other. If you have to lose yourself to keep someone in your life, then you need to let them go. And you need to find the inner strength to do that. I just had to drop that there for someone. So 33, basically, because 3 is the communicator, the creativity, the optimism, and all of that. But 33 is also considered a master number or a master teacher, divinity, spirituality, loving energy towards humanity. And when you think about the threes, spiritually, you always see it's connected with the Elohim head. You have Yahweh the Father, Yeshua the Son, and the Ruach Kadesh, the Holy Spirit. You see Yeshua, Buddha, Krishna, or you see Gandhi and Mother Teresa and Martin Luther King, other persons, great sages. It's connected to them as well. It's body, mind, and spirit. Okay? All of those that have gone on to a higher internal realm of the veil. It says in Hebrews that it speaks about all of those that surround us in the cloud of witnesses. Okay? All of those that are in the cloud of witnesses that are encouraging us, that are connected to us and speaking on, even though they're on the other side of the veil, there's still a connectivity that is going on. So when you think about it, it's a very spiritual number as well, because it's connecting you to the upper, higher realms of consciousness. Let's go a little further, because hidden within the threes, I want to show you this. And this is why I call this the Power to Actualize Potential Part 1, because I'm going to flesh out this, what I'm giving you here, even though I'm not going to do it all right now. So 33, 333, 3,333. 33, 3 plus 3 is 6. That's the Vav. That is the connector. It's also the Gimel, but I'll get to that. The Vav in the Hebrew is the 6th letter. It is the connector. It's the problem-solving letter. It is the uniter. 3 threes. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. It's the Tet. It's goodness, mercy, and kindness. Okay? 4 threes. 3, 3, 3, 3 is 12. That's the Kaf. It's the palm of the hand. It's the container. It is the capacity to turn form, imagination, ideas in the quantum field into matter in the present reality. So the hidden energetic power in the threes and the frequency of the 3 is 6, 9, 12. When we bring the 6, 9, 12, 6 plus 9 plus 12 is 27. 27 is 2 plus 7, which is 9, right? 7, 8, 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. So again, it brings you right back to the goodness, the mercy, and the kindness of the Tet. But as I said, we'll move into that a little bit later. I'm just turning my page here to continue. And so what we find here is 33 is about 333 is about actualizing. Okay, it's about actualizing and about advancing into your destiny, into your purpose, really is what it's about. And it's about entering your promised land that is flowing with milk and honey. Now, milk and honey are allegorical, symbolical of milk of provision and honey of abundance. When you get into the promised land, there's something there for you. There's something there waiting for you. What's there waiting for you? Let's go on. Let's go a little deeper. And now we're going to talk about the Gimel. What's waiting for you in the promised land is the Gimel. Now, the Gimel is the 3rd letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It's the letter of constant transformation and movement, change, motion, and movement all the time. It's about the camel, because the Gimel and the word for camel in the Hebrew language, gamal, has the same gematria. And so what you find is that the camel back in the day was the Rolls Royce, the Bentley of its day. It symbolized the capacity for movement, the capacity to transfer something from one place to another place. It was what was used to move the commerce, the trade from one place to another, to bring your oils, your spices, your clothing, the textiles that would be sold. So the camel, the 3, is also about economy. It's about your economy. And it's about how your economy is beginning to get traction, beginning to get movement. The camel had the capacity for long distance travel, transportation. It's also about giving and receiving. And to me, it's also particularly about trade, commerce. It's about creating balance between the opposites of kindness and justice. to be fair, to be equitable in the things that you do. You know, while you're elevating, while you're moving and expanding and you're being authentic to yourself, you're also being kind and you're also being just, equitable in your transactions. It's learning for you how to both be the receiver and the giver. Because if you're only always on the receiving end, you're not growing, you're not developing. You know, sometimes in the Christian community, this prosperity message that has been put out there is only prepared people in their psyche to be professional beggars and to only look to receive, as opposing to be elevating yourself, stepping into your greatness and becoming the Gimel yourself, becoming that rich person that is actually able to give mercy and kindness to someone else and not needing to be recognized for it because your ego is in play. But that's another story. So the Gimel is about kindness and justice, goodness and mercy. It's about the balance between the two by the actions that we take. Yeah. So Gimel carries the frequency of the rich man, as I said, running to the poor man to give what? Help. And so when you're seeing the threes, you're in a frequency to attract wealth. You're in the frequency to attract abundance. You're in the frequency that somebody who's elevated a bit more than you in their economics, in their understanding, is paying attention to you. They're seeing you. And it's being placed within their heart to have kindness towards you. And listen to the words I'm using. I didn't say charity, because that's something completely different. They actually see potential in you, and they're moved to take actions towards you in reference to that kindness. Now, you can't go around looking, who's going to be that rich person? And it may not be the person that you know. It could be a complete stranger. So the purpose here is not to try and find the rich person that you know and see if they could be a blessing to you. No, that's not what this is. This is about, remember that self-power, your authentic self, because when you're being that in itself is an attractor. That in itself will open doors for you. That in itself will bring you into alignment with people who either see what you have to offer and are prepared to make an investment in you, or are prepared to be a blessing to you. But you can't go looking for it. You have to allow it to come to you. And so let's go on from there. On the tree of life, the third letter, we're talking about the power in the threes to actualize. Okay? It's Binah. And Binah is the third Sephiroth on the tree of life. It's about understanding. And this is not understanding from a fleshly point of view, from a selfish perspective. No. This understanding, as you're going to see, is to flesh out a matter and then take the correct actions. Why is that? To actualize what's in your imagination into reality. It is because in Proverbs chapter 24, verses 3 and 4, it says this: by wisdom, a house is built. House is representative here of anything that you're trying to bring forth, a business, whatever it is. But it says a house is built, and by understanding, it is established. By knowledge, the rooms are filled with precious and pleasant riches. So Binah is the feminine energy, okay? It's a feminine energy. When Yahweh created humanity, it said, he said, let us make humanity in our image. The word man there literally means humanity, in our image. And he made them male and female. So humanity was an androgynous being that had both male and female energies, because you need both male and female energies to create things in this world. Some things you need the male energy alone, and other things you need the female energy. Let's focus on the female, the feminine, because and every human being, whether you are male or female, have both of those aspects, feminine and masculine energy. And you have to understand which one to use and when to use it. Now, Binah is the feminine energy. It's the creative energy. Really, it's the energy of the flow of life. And within the feminine energy that flows through us, it allows us to bring what? Self-correction to any area of our life at any time in our life, and to elevate it, to elevate the situation, because you're processing the information from your higher self, from your higher Christ consciousness directing you. Okay? And you're able to align and to take the correct actions or appropriate actions to manifest your destiny. Because the 333s are all about you coming into your own, you coming into your true self, your authentic self, communicating the true you, expressing the truth of who you are, and allowing the people who cannot accept that truth to fall away. You don't have to cut anybody off. You simply just have to continue to move in a forward direction. Your thoughts are elevated now because they're coming from the left-hand side, unabated by ego. The ego is nullified in this process. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. And most importantly, you don't have to prove anything to yourself. You just have to be. And when you're being yourself in that frequency, the rich of the world is going to find you. The rich of the world is going to say, you know what? I like what I see. And then they themselves may want to attach themselves to you, because remember, it wasn't the poor man searching out the rich man. It was the rich man coming towards, the rich person coming towards the poor person. And when we use the word poor here, we're not just meaning poor in substance, because you can be rich with knowledge and information, but you can be poor in your economy. You can have the economy, but still need the guidance of someone with perhaps a greater capacity of richness and understanding to help you to take the appropriate actions. So when we look at the threes, it's a great transition number. You're moving higher in your consciousness, in your thought processes, and the way that you ascertain a situation, the way that you look at a situation and make judgments about it. And you're not moving from a woe is me anymore. You're not trying to manipulate anybody to be a blessing to you anymore, because you're learning to love and appreciate yourself, to be your authentic self, and to operate from that space. And when you do, Proverbs says, things are added to you. Okay, so we're going to leave it there for now on the threes. And I want you to do me a favor, if you could. I would like you to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'd also like you to share it, because it does something to the algorithm that allows people to see this who may not ordinarily see it and find it. Shalom and namaste.